The State of Israel recently celebrated its 60th anniversary. The celebrations were marked by a grand display of fireworks, light shows, military flyovers, and speeches filled with unwavering patriotism. But when the lights dimmed and the streets emptied, Israel returned to a country on edge. In addition to the constant rocket fire from Hezbollah, Israelis are living under constant threat from Iran, Syria, and other Palestinian sympathizers who would like nothing more than seeing Israel become a failed state. Hatred, which is well established on all sides, has fueled continuous conflicts for decades with no end in sight. I won't get into the politics of who is right and who is wrong because both Israelis and Palestinians are guilty of unconscionable acts of cruelty. Supporters of Israel argue that everything would be fine if Palestinians would accept their situation, recognize Israel's right to exist, and decide to live in peace, while supporters of Palestine argue that everything would be fine if Israelis would stop encroaching on Palestinian territory and building new settlements year after year after year. The American government believes that protecting Israel is paramount to America's interest in the Middle East, and Islamic terrorists and extremists say that their hatred for America is a direct result of America's unconditional support of Israeli policies that are crippling the Palestinian people. These competing ideologies have stymied any hope of success in a two-state solution, and the future for both parties is looking grim. For a solution to this problem, the international community should look no further than Dubai. Dubai has been called the most modern city in the world. It has some of the most innovative architecture on earth, but the architecture is not what interests me. Since 2001, Dubai has started constructing 4 man-made islands: Palm Jeremiah, which began construction in 2001, Palm Jebel Ali, and Palm Daira, which is the largest of the 3. The developer, Nakhil Properties, says that upon completion, the surface of Palm Daira will be larger than Paris. In 2003, Dubai began its most ambitious reclamation project to date, which is called The World. The World will consist of 300 man-made islands in the shape of the globe. The cost of building the world is estimated at $14 billion, and many of the completed islands have already been sold. The Palm Islands and the world will add a substantial amount of new land to Dubai's territory and will be used for world-class resorts and residential neighborhoods. I don't want to oversimplify the Israeli-Palestinian conflict because it is very complex. But I think it all boils down to a lack of land. There just isn't enough to go around. Israel needs more land and the Palestinians want their land back. As a solution to this problem, I think we should follow Dubai's lead and create the necessary space for both parties to coexist. The Palestinian Authority says that the Israelis must withdraw to the original borders outlined before the 1967 war, before they would accept a two-state solution. They would also like to connect the Gaza Strip to the West Bank and share Jerusalem with Israel as a joint capital. If Israel agrees to these demands, I think America should lead the international community in financing and building a massive island in the shape of the Star of David off the coast of Israel. This plan would give Israel all the land needed for a growing state, thus creating a path to a viable two-state solution. I know this project would be an expensive one, but consider this. In order to protect Israel from its enemies, America gives Israel over $3 billion a year in U.S. aid, which mostly goes to funding the Israeli army. Not to mention the billions of dollars we spend defending ourselves from Islamic extremists angered by what they see as a biased American policy. If we could spend $50 billion to end this conflict for good, wouldn't you consider that money well spent? And as an added bonus, it would create American jobs due to exporting the raw materials needed to build this new land for the Jewish people. This is indeed an unconventional idea, But so far, nothing else has worked. So I think an unconventional approach is just what we need to solve this problem once and for all. If the Israelis reject this plan due to their desire to maintain occupied Palestinian territory and continue expanding their borders, then I think we should build an island for the Palestinians off the coast of the Gaza Strip. This would create a safe haven for the Palestinian people and would be a conciliatory gesture to the Muslim world. I am interested in your thoughts, so go to my website at spiritedfilms.com and tell me what you think. I'm Wendell Stallings. Thank you for listening.